Hello and welcome to episode 4 of Concept Conquerors. This week we're all on about distortion. Distortion is one of the most widely used sound effects to modulate audio into a gnarly piece of sound. But what is distortion and what are the different types? Yep, get strapped in because it's history lesson time with Garfunkel. Check it out. Distortion in theory refers to the process of changing or manipulating any audio signal. This includes overloading analog circuitry and adding new frequencies and amplitudes to the already pre-existing harmonics. But remember kids, not all distortion is orally pleasing, so be careful out there. Cheers Garfunkel. Distortion has many creative uses within music and sound design that go far beyond making that guitar sound absolutely savage. So as Garfunkel mentioned, distortion can be created using overtones or harmonics from a signal. This can be thought out as whole multiples of our original signal. For instance, say our input signal is 60 Hz. In even harmonics, it would go 2 times 60 equals 120 Hz, 4 times 60 which equals 240 Hz, and so on and so on. However, odd harmonics are, as you would guess, odd numbers. This could go something like 3 times 60, which would be 180, and so on and so on. Odd harmonics make distortion sound a lot more dissonant than even harmonics. However, these can be applicable in many situations, both musical and sound design. This all occurs when the level of distortion is increased, which then begins to square off a sine wave. Hence why you've probably heard of the term square wave distortion. As a general rule, even harmonics are often thought as pleasant and orally pleasing, whilst odd harmonics are thought as dissonant and unpleasing. However, remember guys, if that odd, really dissonant distortion works on a vocal track, then use it, because there's no rules when it comes to music as long as it sounds good. There are lots of different types of distortion, and these range from 2 main stems. The first of which is type 1, which is linear and amplitude altered. Type 1 includes bandwidth distortion and dynamic distortion. Type 2 is the most common form of distortion. This includes intermodulation, frequency distortion and noise distortion. In the description section I've linked an absolutely fantastic website which explains in real depth about the different kinds of distortion, which includes your bandwidth distortion, your dynamic distortion, noise distortion, etc, etc. When we talk about distortion, however, we're usually talking in a production or live sense. With distortion plugins plentiful, you can often get lost within that plugin and not know what type of distortion works with that piece of audio. But don't worry, I'm here to help. Okay, check this out. The most common kind of distortion is harmonic distortion. Basically, it's the harmonic content of an instrument that gives it its timbre. Harmonic distortion is the introduction of additional harmonics that are musically related to those already present. Remember what I was talking about earlier with the odd and even harmonics? This is the same thing guys. I would always recommend, if you can, to use a high-end amplifier or amp emulator to track and reamp audio, especially if you want that beautiful sweet tone. I'm not saying go out and buy some really expensive gear, but instead of throwing that clean vocal through a distortion plugin, try reamping it through an amp emulator. This will usually allow you to pick the mic, speaker and head for your amp, which is super. A top tip of mine is to ease off the distortion when recording. Remember, once you've recorded something, it's very hard to take it out, especially the likes of distortion. So ease off, and you can add this later if you really need it. With that being said, you will often encounter analog gear that adds a certain warmth to your audio signal. Don't worry, that's absolutely fine. This is often found in microphones, analog compressors and even mixing desks, so don't panic if you start to hear a warm sound in it. It's usually just the microphone or the desk doing its own thing, which if it's a good desk or good microphone is a fantastic thing. Have fun with that though, Because 9 times out of 10, guys, that distortion or that warmth is going to add a presence to your mix. It's going to add something special. So always try it out. Unfortunately, we reached the end of this episode. I know you're all upset, I know, but don't worry. Next week, we're covering something really, really cool, okay? That's all for now, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it. My email's in the description as always. Hit me up if you need me. Stay tasty, guys.